Trump has bulldozed the White House. I think the West Wing or the East Wing, which one? Anyway, he bulldozed the White House. I don't know why. I cannot wait to see what he builds in place of it. I'm going to let Ben Shapiro, my good boy Ben Shapiro, explain to us what's going on.
Nobody's actually seen anything quite like it. I think it'll be one of the great ballrooms anywhere in the world.
The fact that Democrats think this is a winning issue, they are so starved for a winning issue at this point. It really is amazing. Democrats are complaining ad nauseum about the White House redesign. Politico's coverage is typically over the top. Quote, it's your house, and he's destroying it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that, like, conservatives were super against desecration of historical monuments. Maybe that's just for Confederate statues.
Demolishes White House East Wing. I'm just telling you, I've been to the East Wing. It's not iconic. It's a bunch of
That's
office
more like
spaces.
a redesign.
It is not the West Wing. It's not what the Oval is.
I just, like, of all the things to do right now, you know, put aside the fact that it's a historical monument. What the can we, like, fix problems? Like, there are problems everywhere. Why are we worried about this? Of all the times? No, please. Can we do something else?
It's not literally none of the rooms that you care about are in the East Wing of the White House. Let me just tell you that, because I've been there. In fact, in order to get into the East Wing of the White House, they usually have to set up these giant tents outside if it's raining,
I sat in the big chair,
or
pretended
something.
to be the president. So
and
what?
then the room where they hold these sort of events with foreign dignitaries hold like 200 people. It's tiny. These are tiny rooms. Putting in a ballroom is not only not a bad.
So what if I stuffed my cheeks with cotton and held a white cat plush in my lap and turned around slowly and said, "You'll come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding," while sitting in the president's big swivel chair? So what?
Idea. It's quite a good idea. And yet Democrats are freaking out over it. Images of a partially destroyed East Wing, according to Politico, first published by the Washington Post on Monday, sparked an outcry online and a quick defense from the White House. The National Trust for Historic Preservation added to criticism of the administration.
I gotta say, Ben Shapiro, his drip's on point. Like, you gotta admit, you got like the chest rift here. Like, my man's looking good, okay? I'm even starting, the beard's even starting to grow on me a little bit, not gonna lie.
In a letter to the National Park Service and other organizations Tuesday, warning the current redesign of the ballroom threatens to overwhelm the White House and requesting a freeze on further construction until a commission that oversees the iconic urban landscape of the nation's capital is consulted. Hillary Clinton said it's not his house, it's your house, and he's destroying it. Madam, may I recommend that you sit down on this one? Your husband literally had oral sex with an intern in the Oval Office. If we're talking about degrading the spaces of the White House, I think you are not the person. You stole, like, the silverware from the White House when you guys left. You are not a good person to talk about this. Like, not.
Okay, if true, like, if she did that, who is it?
Like, the literally, may I recommend it's your house, and he's destroying it.
Hillary Clinton stole spoons from the White House?
May I recommend that you sit down on this one?
Spoons?
Your husband literally had oral sex with an intern in the Oval Office. If we're talking about degrading the spaces of the White House, I think you are not.
Hillary Clinton strikes me as the type that would steal spoons from the White House.
You stole, like, the silverware from the White House when you guys left. You are not a good person to talk about this. Like, not a good person to talk about this.
That is really
at
funny.
all. Meanwhile, President Trump was showing photos and plans of the future ballroom, and frankly, it looks kind of nice.
He going hard on the easiest target. It's just funny to me that they always go after Hillary Clinton when nobody likes Hillary Clinton. Even Hillary Clinton doesn't like Hillary Clinton. I'm convinced. Like, I no shade, but like a lot of shade actually, because that's got to be rough. You know, I don't know how I could live with myself if I was Hillary Clinton. To be honest,
nobody's actually seen anything quite like it. I think it'll be one of the great ballrooms anywhere in the world. It's about $300 million. It's set to do many, many things, including meetings of foreign leaders, including the honoring of foreign leaders. You can see this. This is a plan. If it's got tables so that you honor a foreign leader, we have a proper space. Right now, we have a space that with tables holds about 7.
Why are we honoring foreign leaders? I thought we were the goddamn United States of America. We're supposed to be the only country that matters. The only country that exists. Why are we? I don't care. Grocery prices?
Is the proper kind of thing. Now, what the White House was doing, as you know, is they were putting tents out on the lawn. This is an interior shot of.
He looks like he's doing show and tell. And this is my painting of the new room.
The ballroom.
And we're gonna put the ball pit here.
And so again, I don't see anything wrong with this ballroom design, like, at all. And this idea that something historic is being.
It's a ballroom. It's got to have a ball pit.
1942 by FDR. Again, it's a bunch of small offices. Very silly. A reporter went after Trump over it. Trump then promptly body slammed the reporter, as is his wont.
I just want a quick follow-up responding to people who say that you haven't been transparent enough about this.
I haven't been transparent?
That some of your critics feel it should have gone for...
He just loves the attention, man. Look at my big, soft, sweaty boy. He just loves being the birthday boy in the chair. You know what I mean? Like everybody, like there's 3 feet of space between him and the nearest person, and everybody else is crowded around together, just surrounding him. It's gotta be a really special feeling for my special boy.
Show this to everybody that would listen. Third-rate reporters didn't see it because they didn't look. You're a third-rate reporter, always have been. So third-rate reporters didn't look.
No ball pit, we riot.
Well, again,
the presidential ball pit.
The fact that Democrats think this is a winning issue, they are so starved.
Think about it. Barron Trump needs listen. Barron Trump needs a ball pit.
Winning issue at this point.
He seems
it really
like a ball
is
pit man.
Amazing. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said the obvious. Well, you know, you're going to be able to use it as well. Actually,
President Trump's going to add the greatest improvement to the White House in the history of the building since it was originally constructed in 1800.
I don't care.
The ballroom
I don't
is going to be
care.
glorious. It's going to be used for everybody.
I have never ever. The White House, the state of the White House has never been a factor in my life ever. Why do I give a flying f***? I don't care. What does this do for me? Do grocery prices go down? No. Does my car payments go down? No. Do my student loans get forgiven? Actually, that one might be true. I've heard. What's going on with Donald Trump's student loan forgiveness? He is doing a student loan forgiveness thing, right? The Trump administration to resume some student loan forgiveness after lawsuit. What to know? After lawsuit, after the teachers union filed a lawsuit. Wow. What a great president. After a lawsuit, he decides to do the right thing. People were bragging about how he was going to do student loan forgiveness. He's being forced to by a lawsuit. He doesn't want to deal with it. That's great.
And by the way, hey, Democrats, if you win the White House back, you get to use it too. This is for the American people, and he's using private funds to do it.
How is it for the American people? Okay, well, again, he lives there. It's
utterly
his house.
Uncontroversial. Joining us on the line to discuss is our own White House reporter, Mary Margaret
It's not
Olahan.
for anybody
Mary
but
Margaret,
himself.
thanks so much
Let's
for taking the
stop
time.
pretending.
Appreciate it.
Who's this?
Good morning, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for taking the time. Appreciate it. Joining us on the line to discuss is our own White House reporter, Mary Margaret Olahan. Mary Margaret, thanks so much for taking the time.
Mary
Appreciate
Margaret.
it.
She looks like a Mary Margaret.
Good morning, Ben. Thanks for having me.
So as always, it's been a busy week at the
hair.
White House. You're on the White House grounds. You've obviously seen the construction that's going on over on the East Wing. Apparently, this is one of the great disasters of the modern era. It's equivalent to tearing down the Washington Monument or burning down the Statue of Liberty or something. Why don't you explain what exactly is going on?
It's not even about any of that. Again, I must stress, I don't care. Like, please do something for me, please.
Over there, what is the White House saying about it?
Good Lord.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see behind me over my shoulder, there is smoke, kind of a cloudy look coming from the demolition of the East Wing, which the president is removing, changing to make room for the
I thought she was going to point out the White House behind her.
ballroom that
I don't know if you could actually see.
His donors are funding. So this is a huge, costly endeavor, but the American taxpayer is not paying for it. The president is, and donors that he calls great American patriots. There has been a lot of hubbub about...
Yeah, anybody who donates to Donald Trump is suddenly a great American patriot. Isn't that interesting? I just find that so incredibly interesting.
This around here, a lot of backlash. As I was coming in this morning, a lot of the photographers and videographers were getting footage of the smoke back there. I myself took videos of it because it's interesting. This is newsy, but what we're hearing from everyone
I posted it on my Instagram.
How could the president do this? How could the president remove the East Wing?
57 likes.
And you know, there's a lot of history, Ben, of different presidents making renovations to the White House, from Teddy Roosevelt.
If you search hashtag White House, hashtag demolition, hashtag Mary Margaret, you'll find it. You'll find it. If you go like it and share it, please. I'd really appreciate it.
Roosevelt, to Harry Truman, all of these presidents have made changes to the White House, but this one in particular seems to have raised the ire
the old
of a lot
Instagram
of the
account, the old
a lot of Democrats on Capitol Hill who do not want the president to do this. Now, Trump himself is saying that this is a gift to the American people. He's saying this is something that will be long-lasting and that many generations of Americans and American presidents and their families and their guests can enjoy. And it does.
So I can just waltz up in there. You're telling me I can just waltz up into that room, no questions asked, like a library? Big doubt. Hell no.
Beautiful. I was in the Oval Office last night. He had a mock presentation of this new renovation out on the table that all the reporters could look at, and he had all the plans with him, so he kind of whipped.
We should be allowed to use the president's toothbrush. Taxpayer money paid for it.
Out and showed them to us and said, well, I've been talking about this the whole time.
Our
I wanted
toothbrush,
to show
comrade.
this to anybody who will listen. And he showed us these pictures of what he wants the new ballroom to look like. Alex Pfeiffer, one of the president's former staffers, I saw him tweeting about this last night, how the president has always been putting these pictures out there. It's very clear that the East Wing wasn't there in the photos. In fact, the ballroom was. So a lot of the hubbub around here seems more noise than actual concerns for reality. And I think, as Josh Hawley said last night, the senator from Missouri, there's a lot of people who are upset about this that had no problem with pulling down monuments to history over the past.
There we go. See, I told you. See, it's only a big deal when it's the Confederate statues. Oh no. Oh no, my slave drivers. No, not my slave driver statues. No, please leave them alone. No, those ones are important. You don't understand.
Ruckus news
those ones are
cycle
important.
At the White House. There's a press briefing later today.
Leave those ones alone
sure
specifically.
We will hear about it there. But in the meantime, it's an interesting.
George Floyd statue, tear that shit down. Slave driver statue, leave that one alone specifically.
Follow, and I think we'll soon have a beautiful.
I haven't thought about this
for
for more than 10 seconds, but leave that one alone.
I used to assume that restless sleep was inevitable. Night after night, tossing, turning, waking up with that aching back. I convinced myself that's how sleep was supposed to be, and then I tried Helix Sleep and everything changed.
Cool.
/Ben for this exclusive offer. Mary Margaret, I think that most Americans, they don't.
Okay, I'm kind of done with this. I get the idea. I don't care. White House is not where I live. It has nothing to do with my life. I could not give a single shit less about this. Grocery prices, for the love of God. Housing prices. Can we do something, please? I'm begging on my hands and knees. Just stop talking about needless bullshit. How about we get Donald Trump to stop sending brown people to Alligator Alcatraz? Talk about something that matters. Silly, petty bullshit. Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.